So today I will be dyeing my hair with Vidal Sassoon's Intense Red Copper, as well as lightening my ends with Color Brilliance and 20 Developer, and in the next frame you will see how it turned out. So here is how it looks. So in short, I use the developer, the dye, and the serum, and I put it all together in a shaker bottle and applied it on my hair, left it on my hair for 45 minutes. And during the time it was developing, I put Color Brilliance powder lightener on my hair. Oh, well, I mixed it with the 20 developer and then I put it on my hair. If you want the extended version as to how I went about dyeing my hair, keep watching. If you want my opinion on this color, just skip to the end. So in regards to this seems like this is kind of a revolutionary way of dyeing your hair, at least for box dyes that you find at the drugstore. I mean, maybe there's some other ones that kind of do the same thing with having like a mixing bowl and a brush, and the technique as to how it's done, the steps as to how it's done is a little different. I have not opened the box, but I'm not gonna lie, I watched literally 15 to 20 videos on YouTube of people who have tried this, as well as the little Vidal Sassoon little informative, instructive videos as to how to apply this, and I could swear I watched some of the models who were like applying the product to their hair, and I could swear like one gal looked like she was ready to just drop the brush, scoop up the product, and just just dump it on her head. Like, I'm watching her and it's like just tedious, you know, brushing with a small brush, brushing product on her roots. Like, I could just see her being like, this is taking forever, you know, and I'm one who is all about time. So if this is taking forever, and I've already applied product other places on my hair, that is developing while this is taking forever. And so I worry that I will have then hair of different color because one had product on longer than the other. So I'm going to open up and I'll show you guys what's inside of here. I ordered this online from Walmart and it was about $15. So it comes with the mixing bowl, the brush, and there are instructions inside this little container here. It also comes with the developer. The developer looks like skim milk. It's very thin. It also has the rich color cream, which is here, as well as this serum, and then some color preserving conditioner. Let's look at the instructions real quick, and I'll tell you guys what the instructions say. And then I'll tell you guys what I'm actually gonna do. Oh, and inside the little bowl comes these gloves. I think I'll actually use these gloves. These are pretty decent gloves. There you go. Nice. This is like super picture, like very informative instructions. So that's nice. If you're one who's more of a visual learner, these instructions are definitely for you. Okay, so it says prep. You put in the skim milk like developer with the hair dye into the mixing bowl, this little tiny thing, with the mixing brush. Mix until you're happy, right? It says then mix with the expert brush, and then smooth until blended, and then you use 3/4 of the mix and you brush that on your roots. Now it says the best way to measure it is they give you this little line right here to help you measure what is 3/4 of the amount of product. I don't know if that means you should just mix it, make sure it's level, and then only use, like, make sure you're aware of the line here and only use this bigger portion. Like, maybe it's thick enough that you can do that. It shows you how to apply the product onto your roots. And then it says afterwards to use the 1/4 amount of mixture that you have left over after you have done your roots. And then you add in the serum. And you mix that all together, and then you scoop it up with your hands and then just kind of like move it through the rest of your hair. And then you leave it in for 30 minutes, as it says. And then you are supposed to rinse out the colorant, then shampoo your hair, and then use the conditioner. So I I was reading reviews before I bought this product and while I was waiting for the product. I wanted to see if this was a product that was thick enough that I could just put in my little shaker bottle, because I am not one who cares at all for the little bowl and brush kind of doohickey things. And to be completely honest, this doesn't look like the best applicating brush anyway, especially when I was watching the little instructional videos made by Vidal Sassoon, and it looked like it barely painted the hair at all. So I was looking online as to whether or not this is a thick product that I would need to use the bowl. And there was only one person out of like the 15 to 20 videos that I saw that actually put it in a shaker. Another thing that stuck out to me was, in the reviews I was reading, there were many people who said my roots look different from my ends. And I thought, well, maybe they're like me, you know, where they have a little bit of roots. You know, remember, this is virgin hair, and our roots, you know, with the developer and the dye being against our scalp is warmer and hotter than the rest of our hair, so it could be that it just cooks it faster, you know, cooks the dye into our hair faster than it would our ends. And so that was one thing I was thinking. And then I thought too, well, maybe if these are people who have really stubborn gray hair, it could be that it doesn't take as well, the dye doesn't take as well on the roots as opposed to the rest of the hair. So my mind's thinking of all these things. And then yesterday when I was watching the videos, then people started talking about this serum. Maybe the reason why people's roots are looking different than their ends is because they're using this serum to thin it out, to thin out the product, so the rest of their hair is not getting the attention that it needs and the saturation that it needs of full strength product. Maybe. But then I don't even know what the purpose of the serum is. I kept looking and looking and looking until finally, like the last video I saw last night, there was a gal that said, okay, this is just to make it smell good. You can use this straight from the beginning. You can like mix all three of the developer, the dye, and this together, and you can do that. She says, or you can do it the way they instruct. And I thought, so this is all this is just to make your hair smell good? It's a thin, clear substance that thins out the product and makes your hair smell good. I guess for me, I don't care for my hair to smell good if my hair has the color that I want. So I don't know if it says in the instructions at all why we need the serum. Like, that was one thing I kept looking for. I'm like, after I realized that I could probably put this in the shaker bottle, my next mission was, why the heck do we need the serum? Let's see if it says anything about why to use the serum. It just says to use it. Let's see. I'm also impatient, so I don't know if I am skimming too fast, that I'm not finding it. So I like literally have no clue what this is all about. And especially how you mix it in with the last quarter of your remaining product. It literally baffles me. Like, it's making no sense to me. Why use this so much later? So, okay, so this is what I'm going to do, all right, you guys? I want as much product as absolutely possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix these 2 fluid ounces of developer with the 2 fluid ounces of the dye, and then I'm going to mix this 0.74 ounces of the serum to give me almost 5 ounces of product into my shaker, assuming this is solely just to make your hair smell good. And I will do that. And I'm not going to do like my roots first and then my ends. I'm just going to dye it all, and I'm going to pull it down as far as I can, and then I'm going to come in and I'm going to lighten my ends with my Ion Color Brilliance Powder Lightener with 20 Developer. So I'm going to brush my hair and then we're going to get started. I guess the one thing, this is pure assumption, but it's like something that kind of irritates me if this is true, is that I feel like they're making this way more complicated than it should, and I feel like that is to make the consumer, the person who bought the product, think that it's way more complicated because you're getting a much more professional look, when what you can really do is just put all of this together, aside from the conditioner, in a shaker and apply it to your hair, and you get the same results as you would, or if not better results, as you would with the mixing bowl and the brush. I feel like they make it more complicated. They added a bowl and a brush, which if you're going to keep applying this exact same dye over and over again, you don't technically need another bowl and another brush every time, because these look reusable. You could reuse them. So I guess that's another thing too, that I feel like they're charging you a little more because you're getting a bowl and a brush and these frilly instructions. So I guess I just figured that they could have simplified it just as you would a regular drugstore box and could have knocked off about $5 of the price. That's me though. Like the regular Vidal Sassoons, like the Runway Red, those are anywhere between $8 to $10 a box, and those are incredible colors. So I'm really hoping that the results turn out the same as they have been with Runway Red, which was a very intense, beautiful pink red on me. So I'm hoping this is a very beautiful, intense copper red. I'm going to add in the dye first and then the developer. Ooh, that is red. This is red, you guys. See, look at that. That's like super red. Alright, we will add in the, can you hear that? It's very thin. See, it's seriously like skim milk. It's almost like water. It's like a little bit thicker than water. I'm gonna open up the serum and I'm just gonna give it a whiff. I'm gonna see what it smells like, if it smells. Oh yeah, that's like absolute perfume. That's all that it is. It smells really good though. But it's this clear, can you see? It's this really clear kind of serum. It smells good. I'm gonna add it in because I could, you know, more volume the better, right? And this gives me nearly an ounce of extra product, so why not? Look at that, that's pretty. That's a really pretty color actually. So I'm going to just apply it up to here, and then like I'm gonna apply it all around my roots, of course, and then I'm gonna pull it down to as far as it'll go, which will probably be about here. My hair has gotten longer, so it's gonna be kind of interesting how, you know, 5 ounces, how much 5 ounces of product will do for my hair, and then what I should do when it comes to lightening it. We'll just see. We'll see how it turns out. We'll see how well and how far this goes, how well it spreads, all that stuff. This is actually pretty decent. It's not very thick. I thought it would be too thick. This is perfect. The consistency is really perfect. I really like it. It smells really good with that serum in it. I guess that's what we have to think. It has a very flowery smell to it. It kind of reminds me of California. I lived in California for only 1 year that I can remember. I believe I lived there for a couple years of my life, but only 1 year I actually remember, and I always remember the smell of the flowers there in California. Loved the smell of the flowers. You know, we had them growing like all over our yard and our backyard, and our neighbors had them growing in their backyard, and the flowers just smelled so beautiful. Just making sure I'm not spraying it everywhere. Which so far so good. You know, people mentioned online too that this was a very messy product to work with, which was another reason why I thought maybe it would work better in the shake bottle. Because if you're applying it from brush to scalp, you know, I can see it being very drippy, very thin and drippy, too thin for a brush. When I lighten my ends, I normally will use the whole packet, the whole 1 ounce packet of Color Brilliance powder lightener, and I will do about an ounce to an ounce and a half of developer. Lately I've been doing an ounce when I lighten my hair because I like that it's not so thin. So we'll get started with that. Let me see if I can find where there it is. put on my trusty rusty reusable gloves that I got from Sally's. The dye has only been on my hair for like maybe 10 minutes. So I'm just going to keep kind of painting it on here and there and looking for random places to paint it on. And then when I think it looks light enough, I'll just go wash it out. Which will probably be in about, who knows, you know, there's been times where I have kept the lightener on my hair for 45 minutes. This is a 20 developer, so it's a very slow, gradual progression towards a blonde, as opposed to the 30 and 40 developers, which scare the crap out of me. So it could be anywhere from 20 minutes, you know, like when this is ready, or 45 minutes, so we will see. So how I feel about this color is I like it. Do I think it's worth $15? No. I think that this could have been a much cheaper product if they just stopped with all of the extra steps. You know, I think the bowl and the brush is a little ridiculous. I think it would be way better if they just kind of went along the same lines as the other drugstore box dyes, where it comes with a shaker bottle with the developer in it. You put the dye in it, and you can put the smelly, wonderful smelly serum in it as well, and just apply it all. I understand that this says here that it treats the roots and then the ends or the lengths. But you could do that as well with a regular box dye and a shaker bottle. Then if they were to do that, they could definitely cut down the cost considerably. Especially if I love this color and I keep ordering it and I already have a bowl and a brush. I think it's, you know, unnecessary to constantly get it over and over again and spend that extra money on a bowl and brush. That's just me though. And on one of my other videos, one gal with the username Life on a Yo-Yo said that she used this product. She didn't say whether she used this exact color, but she said she used this product, and she said it didn't turn out how she expected. And I have to agree when it comes to this color. It did not turn out as I expected either. I apologize if I keep messing with my hair or keep like banding off my face. So I figured this would be a lighter color, a brighter color. I don't hate the color though, that's for sure. I absolutely love this color. This was one of the colors I was getting myself ready, and this was one of the colors that I thought, you know, when I quit dyeing my hair all these crazy like red, orange, pink kind of colors, then you know I could definitely settle with this color, as I could with the Color Silk Luminista 150 red, that brown red, that really pretty brown red. This is like another one that I feel like I could like commit to forever if they lowered the price and did away with the bowl and the brush so that I could afford it, because I can't justify 15 bucks for a box. And on top of that too, I would need 2 boxes because this got saturated well, but this part didn't, and so I feel like this part has more brown there, more of the original color that I had there, which is another reason why I like doing the ombre look, because it kind of merged from the red to the blonde, so it's like a red caramely color and then a blonde. But I'm kind of bummed that even though like I really pulled it through, it still didn't saturate it as well as I would have liked. I also feel like too, it's just darker, you know, like if you look here, like this is technically the color that I should have, but I feel like I have more of this color. Let's see, we will, my sweaty hair, like, I hope you guys don't see the beads of sweat on my forehead. Embarrassing. But let's see. So if we were to compare, I don't feel like it looks like that color. I feel like it, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like it's more of the darker color. Maybe the middle. What do you guys think? But at any rate, it seems like it's just a darker color than what you expect. I was watching some of the other videos last night of those who did this product, not necessarily this color, but this product. And there was one gal that specifically said that her hair turned out much darker than she expected as well, while those who did the darker colors were very much pleased with the color that they received. So it seems like if you're looking for a more middle ground kind of color, if you're looking for a level 7, a level 6 kind of color with this product, it will possibly tend to be a little darker. So just keep that in mind. I am really hoping that this stays well on my hair, because while it's not the color I expected, I really do like it. This is definitely a color that I feel is very pretty. It's very much a natural red hair color. It's not crazy like, you know, like some of my more favorite colors like Fairy of Power Copper. But it's a good color. But you can see how it's a little duller here. You know, there's my blonde and then there's my red. So that's the only bummer I have with it. Other than that, though, I really like it, and I've already gotten compliments on it. So that is it. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. If you have tried this product, let me know. If you tried this color, please let me know, because I want to know if you had the same issues as I did. And I wonder too, like, how it looks on different levels of hair. Like, I would love to know if a blonde used this hair color and how it turned out on them. And if someone with a little bit darker hair color, how that turned out on them as well. Just for pure curiosity's sake. So thank you all for watching. I'll catch you on the flip. Bye, guys.